most of the guys that I've dated are one of those people who are like...
People also have a very bad habit, which is combing their hair like it's a jhadu.
And I asked my dad, do you think I can cut my hair? And I got like a good silent treatment for a month.
Oh my god, have you ever gotten one of those like hair massages where they use like this vibrating machine on their hand?
Our generation is very miscalculated.
I will get graphic. Why is it that...
I know where the question is going.
Why? Why?
You are entering the Overthink tank.
I am so glad you could join us today with your beautiful, lustrous hair.
Thank you. An absolute honor.
An absolute honor to have you. Joining Dr. Taniyaa is none other than Zorawar Ahluwalia.
Yes, hi Surbhi. So this is a podcast where I've been invited to talk about hair. So I hope my hair is on point right now. Is there someone who can check up my hair right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. Let's just keep rolling.
Yes, please. Spot Dada. We don't have a spot Dada. It's just three of us in this room. But thank you so much, both of you, for joining me today. And let's forget that there are cameras here for a while, and let's get deep and let's overthink some stuff. Do you want to know what we're overthinking today?
I have no clue.
Yeah. Do you want to know?
I have no idea. I'd love to know.
You love to know? Okay, let's see. Dear Overthink Tank, I'm a 25-year-old guy. Lately, I've noticed this huge focus on hair. People, myself included, are cancelling plans if our hair isn't perfect. Why has hair become such a big deal all of a sudden, making us prioritize it over everything else? Why is hair everything? What do you think about that question, Dr. Taniyaa Bakshi?
I think the first thing that popped into my head is it's 70% of my selfie. Like, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's 70% of the selfie. So imagine clicking a picture, your hair looking on point. You're like, okay, the picture's going to come nice. I can post it. It's the self-confidence that this youth has attributed to hair. And that's massive. And I think growing up also in the Indian culture, we've given so much importance to hair. So much, yeah. I mean, I still remember a few of my friends got a haircut and their mums used to scold them that itne sare baal kaat liye, itne kam length kar liye. Or if you don't oil it on the weekends, or you don't put that dahi anda mix, your mom's like, ye kya kar rahe ho? Why are you not taking care of your hair?
I think hair is important for sure. But I think mostly if you go inside and see if you're happy, if you have hair or not, if you're rocking the bald look as well. I mean, you can rock any look for that matter. Like we have example of Jason Statham, and if you're fit and you look good. So I think it's very important. I think I also think till the time you have hair, enjoy it. If you don't, then rock the bald look.
Yeah, that's what they say. Hair today, gone tomorrow. I have to ask you something. Why do we even have hair? What is the whole point?
All over our body, why we have...
No, just the head hair. What's the point?
So, see, it's definitely come from our ancestors as a part of who we are. We have hair on our eyebrows, on our scalp. One of the main reasons is thermoregulation. Mm-hmm. So, if you've seen, the hair is thicker in areas where it's more tropical, it's more heat. So, if you've seen Philippines, Indians, we'd all have a lot of thick hair. Chinese people, we'll all have thick hair. Mm-hmm. We come in through this descent where we have thick, dark hair. And that does help in thermoregulation. Now, what is thermoregulation, this big term? It does help in some manner where it traps heat and protects us at the same point of time from the direct rays of the sun.
So people who are bald are constantly at cold or like...
there is a full-blown research on it, yeah. Really? So I recently read it where in UK, this man never wore a hat and he always used to be in the garden, like gardening every day in the morning. And he got skin cancer and he got it on the same spot.
Oh my God.
Of course, his head was bald, he had male pattern baldness. So it just made
Apparently, he was
sense.
not wearing sunscreen on his head as well. So, I mean,
That too.
That's a product that
Cap,
can come out as well.
Yeah.
A sunscreen for the specific bald spot you have on your. Yeah.
Oh, good one, yeah.
Make sure you give me my cut when the product is out. Yes. So patent pending, guys.
Most of the guys that I've dated are one of those people who are like 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, or you have just like one bottle in your bathroom and you use it for your hair and your body.
I do that as well. My current shampoo is a shampoo and a conditioner mix.
Wow.
But I use like a little bit of, I think, hair spa, some product that I use. So PR packages में जो भी आते हैं, I keep using them every time. But I make sure that I have like a little bit of serum that I use after my shower, and that kind of just keeps the look right now how it is. Yes, I make it look like I have not put any effort in it, but there's a lot of it.
It's like no makeup.
Yeah,
like no hair.
Okay, you know what? Let's just agree that your hair is beautiful. Tell us about your hair care routine. What do you use?
I've grown up around a very strong custom of using the most natural things possible. So I've grown up around that. I use most of my products come from like 20 years. So my father built Sunny Herbals and I use just their henna or their almond shampoo. I've used it for the last 20 years. It works for me. I have a dry scalp, works excellently for me. I just use that. In terms of shampoo, yes, I do have a very proper way I choose to maintain my hair. So this will look like oiling or doing a mask every single time I wash my hair. It's effort. It's painstaking, like it's irritating sometimes. You have to take a lot of effort and do it. But the results, Surbhi, I tell you, our grandmothers were right.
They were right?
They were right. They were 120% right. Works like magic. There's no hair
Like
fall.
हर Sunday को तेल लगाना is important, you say?
Every wash. So if I'm washing Sunday and Wednesday,
Yeah. Is it
Oil?
pre-wash or post?
yeah, pre-wash.
Oh,
So
okay.
pre-wash routine is
Sorry.
one, and then you wash your hair, and then you just dry it normally. Like air dry it if you want it. But I just particularly believe that one of the reasons is, at least in my clinic I've seen, people don't take care of themselves anymore. So one of the top problems doctors and therapists are facing is, and we tell people is, you're not taking time out for yourself. That's our generation problem, no? And that's where your hair care, your skin care, all these things come to play. And that's where your brands come to play, which are telling you to just, use this serum
So
or use
routine
this
is
product.
required for sure. Like
Yeah.
Also, can we just say that once you oil your hair, you cannot go out in that hair. That's not a look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but think of it like just oiling 2 hours before you're washing your hair. So if you're washing your hair at like in the morning, 10 o'clock, 8 to 10, you're as it is Sunday, you're home, you're not doing anything. Take that time out for yourself. Very small things you can do.
So I think it's when you give yourself a massage, it's like that. You don't feel so good, right? And if someone else does it to you, it's I think it's the same pleasure, but
It's literally the same.
Yeah.
It's the same logic.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
the same.
particular logic to it.
yeah, but it's just that it feels fun because you आप खुद effort कर रहे हो तो थोड़ी मजा आएगा यार. If someone else is doing it and you're relaxing, you can't relax and give yourself a massage at the same time. If somebody else has to give you that, chumpy, and then only you feel nice about it.
I also have an angle of care attached to it. Don't you think when
yeah,
mums do
absolutely.
it, it
Yeah,
feels nicer. I'm loved. I'm cared for.
They don't do it for the sake of doing it. They do it actually because they
love
care.
you and they care for you.
If you go to a spa or a salon, I mean, वहाँ पे the way they do it is way different.
Oh my God, have you ever gotten one of those like hair massages where they use like this vibrating machine on their hand? What is that for?
I don't even know this machine. What is it like?
It's basically this vibrating machine that that's sort of like stuck on their hand. They use that while they give you a massage.
It's like an Iron Man glove.
Yeah.
Like they wear it on the hand,
Yeah.
but it's not like a glove. And they give you like a full vibration massage, and it kind of refreshes you in a way. But it
Yeah.
also can, if they overdo it, can.
It's a little sexual.
Yeah, when it comes to vibrators, I mean, it is there.
But maybe hair is sexual.
Maybe it is. Maybe.
Chumpies hit different when somebody else is giving it to you. Now I want to know, what is the sort of the psychological aspect of hair loss? Like, I know that some people are like, whatever, I'll just shave my hair off. But for a lot of people, I know people in my family who are just like trying out new treatments now. There's micro needling. There's all of these things in the market. There has to be like some psychological aspect of like losing hair, right? Like seeing hair fall. I mean, personally for me, I just feel hurt when like I wake up every morning and I see like a a bunch of like hair on the floor, and my house help is always like reminding me, Didi, aapka baal bahut jhadta hai. And I'm like, I know it, but like the reminder of like, see, because hair loss isn't like, oh, you lose your hair and then now your hair disappears. You see it and you're made aware of the fact that you're losing hair. What does that do to you mentally?
See, hair is definitely attached to our self-esteem. So imagine having hair loss, you're definitely worried. There is a definite impact in your self-esteem, your confidence, the way you look at yourself, the way you look at yourself in the mirror, massively. It's like the way you see yourself, it just changes. Imagine having a good hair day and then imagine having a bad hair day. Your entire day changes because of the energy you radiate within yourself. So if you see hair on the floor, you're like, dude, what's happening? It's very troublesome. Half of my patients are worried, okay, we're stressing because of hair fall, or are we stressing, because it's just a cycle,
Are we
isn't
stressing
it?
and then
Yeah, exactly.
But I think there's a correlation for that, right?
Yeah, it's a full cycle.
It's a full cycle that I don't want to be on. But there has been times where I've experienced, there's a particular, when the fall comes, I start losing hair for some reason.
Or like in winters?
October, November is more like, I think when we start getting the winter.
So the leaves fall and so does our hair.
Is it a seasonal thing as well? Does it happen?
Is it because maybe we're more stressed out in the winters? I mean, personally for me, I don't enjoy winters as much. So maybe I'm more stressed during that time and that's why more hair loss.
See, hair has a normal cycle. A normal cycle of hair growing, hair stopping to grow, and then hair falling out. Now the problem is you only see hair fall or hair patches on the head when your new hair is not growing, right? That's when you'll be like, oh, the hair is not growing. Waise 20 to 30 strands are falling. You're not very worried. If they're on the pillow, their area, you're not very worried about them because it's normal. It's normal for your hair to fall, at least 50 strands to fall if maximum are falling every day. It's very normal.
So I need to count.
There was one person who actually counted when I gave her the medicine. She said, before medicine, it was this much. After medicine, it was this much. I'm like, so happy.
But when you shower, your wet hair is more
More
to break, right?
susceptible to breakage.
Yeah.
That's why you shouldn't have wet hair for a very long time. Look, kya karte hain? They take wet hair and they just dye it or they just like leave it. No, just dry it. And dry it very like softly. People also have a very bad habit of just combing their hair like it's a jhadu.
I know guys do this, Zorawar. Do you have a memory of like using excessive like hair gels to just get that perfect look? Plus, because hair gels give you that look, but are they nice to your hair? Are they doing more damage?
I think hair gel is kind of now gone.
Have you ever gotten a haircut that was bad, just horrible, straight up?
Yes, a couple of times where I tried. I was like, okay, let me try and get the Paul Walker haircut.
Oh my god!
This guy did like a like a full buzz, but it kind of ended up me looking like Ajay Devgan from Golmaal. So it was a leap of faith that I took. But I remember this. I took this haircut in Bangalore, and this girl was giving me a haircut. This was the first time I was getting a haircut from a girl. And I was like, okay, go ahead, experiment, whatever you want to do it. I was probably in college that time. And then I think I took a break for 2-3 weeks. Didn't go to the college because I didn't want to look like that. So yeah, I mean.
You took a break from college because of the hair?
It was very weird. Like my head shape was looking different and the cut that I got was like right now my sides are smaller than my upper hair, right? That time I looked like a ball.
Like an egg.
Yeah, like an egg.
Honestly, somehow every time I get a haircut, it's bad. I've never walked out of the salon and be like, this is the best haircut. For me, it's like either I can go to like a really expensive salon and pay a lot of money for a bad haircut or like get a cheap haircut, but it's still bad. Either way.
Do you go to a new person every time or do you stick to a regular person?
I go to a new person every time. Because I don't trust anyone.
How can you go to a different person every time? I go to one person every single time. I trust that one
I think
person.
this is not a podcast, this is an intervention for her.
Only do that for my eyebrows. I'm like, I don't care about any other like hair as much as I care about my eyebrows. My eyebrow lady has been consistent throughout.
Shout out to her.
Shout out. But honestly, I feel like when it comes to my hair, I feel like the less I give a fuck, the better it is for my mental health. Because mentally, I'm like, either I can just like leave my job, stop doing my podcast and just पूरा दिन आंवला लगा रही हूँ, oil कर रही हूँ.
नहीं,
It feels like a second
ये
job.
हमारे जनरेशन का सबसे बड़ा मिथ है. I literally feel like we guys are not using this advantage, especially the Indian science, to the best of its capability, you know? And we think it's so painstaking. It is so simple. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And I just feel like you need to have enough care or even concern to do it. It's like simple, Surbhi. Like, it's very simple. Yesterday I had a patient and she refuses to walk. She's 72. I'm like, if you don't walk, your muscle wasting is going to start. You're going to be on the wheelchair very soon. The same way, if an old lady is saying that, if you're young, if you're facing hair fall, hair loss issues, hair thinning, take care of your hair now, na. Why are you waiting for the end to start? So I feel like those interventions will really help people.
And most of the things that you're talking about can be taken care at home itself.
Bilkul, you don't need to visit expensive treatments and salons to do it.
So dahi is also good for hair?
Excellent. Dahi anda, I've been applying, I think, for years. My mum was never...
There was
she
one
never let
time
me
this
leave
girl
it.
was... In my college, she was... I think वो दही लगा के आई थी.
Dahi laga ke college?
I think उसने बाल धोए थे, उसके बाद दही का नहीं किया था, and she was sitting right in front of me.
Smell like.
And bro, it was like... क्या
धनिया भी
like मेरा seat हो गया. I had to literally change my seat, but yeah, I mean, it's not supposed to be...
You're supposed to wash it properly.
washed, right? Yeah, I mean, that must be the problem.
You can't leave it. Like, even oil has to be washed properly.
But there's so many disgusting things that people recommend you to. Why is it always something disgusting like anda phod lo sar pe? Onion is now something that prevents hair loss.
It's trending since last 2-3 years. I guess.
Like, okay, can we do something that's not disgusting and doesn't smell bad? What do you think? Is there something that is potent? It's like it works magic, but it's not smelly and it doesn't, like I don't have to, hide myself from society when every time I do that to my hair.
I made that product. Yeah, I made that.
Tell me about the ingredients.
Growing up as a child, I used to have this habit that I used to have anxiety and I used to daydream or when I'm sleeping, I'm having lots of thoughts and I used to constantly play with my hair, resulting in matted hair in the morning. And I used to lose hair because I used to pluck them or, just matted hair, you comb them out, you lose them. Growing up, I realized that this anxiety issue I had, of course it went away, this issue went away, but I had a bald spot and it won't go. And now I was 20 odd, I was a doctor and I'm like, yaar, isko to fix karna hi hai. And then I researched with what I was telling you, Zorawar, about. And I researched and I made a product that's not oily. It's not sticky. You can spray and go out with it. It has no chemicals in it. It has no preservatives in it. Literally made of herbs you can't even find in the market because they're so simple. And you don't sell them out like other brands. They're like Arnica, Jabarandi, Cantharis, Cinchona. Things you might not even know about. But the good part is it's there in a bottle. Spray it and leave it. Just go out with it. You don't
And
even
what
have to
does it
buy.
do? Does it take care of hair?
Really helps with hair growth. So my entire patch is now filled. Yeah, I don't have a patch here.
So we both should expect a PR package soon.
Oh, definitely.
PR package coming in.
Definitely.
But that's great. Could you tell us more about the ingredients and how they work?
Arnica is now hailed as one of the biggest anti-inflammatory agents, right? Every year, people pick up some funda and they use it, not realizing it's money making. You need to be consistent with a hair procedure. So Arnica is a great anti-inflammatory agent, Cantharis and Cinchona have properties that keep infections away, and your Jabarandi is great. People use Jabarandi oils all the time. But the best part about all this is these are just herbs, and you
All
can
natural.
use it. Yeah, all natural and you can just spray and go out with it.
I've heard all these big company shampoos are not good for your...
Okay, you want to name drop?
No, not at all. That's why I said
They will immediately cancel your PR packages. Zorawar is blacklisted.
No, I just heard these shampoos are not good to use regularly on your scalp. So they have these
Yeah.
you would know better what ingredients they have, but there's some ingredients that are really not good for your hair.
I know sulfates are supposedly the most horrible.
See, I'll tell you, I'll be very honest with you. Our generation is very miscalculated. हमें कोई चीज बोल देगा ना सल्फेट्स SLS बहुत बुरे हैं, हम उसको पकड़ के बैठ जाएंगे. कोई बोल देगा अनियन बहुत अच्छा है, हम रोज उसको बालों पे लगा देंगे. We are the most influential people on the planet.
So gullible.
So gullible, you're right. And problem is sulfates are actually is actually what gives you lather. And it's not just in your shampoos, it's everywhere. So your soaps also have SLS, right? All your body washes have SLS. So are you telling me it's that bad and you're still using the body wash and not the shampoo?
I still am.
That's the thing. And I've noticed in my patients, they did not want to switch over from the not jhaag wala, meko jhaag wala chahiye.
People who are beyond the point of, using a hair oil and getting back their hair. they go for some chemical treatments and even mechanical treatments. Like there's microneedling, there's something called PRP, plasma repair system. Out of these some treatments, do you think all of these work, and which one of them works better? What's the deal?
When we talk about all these therapies, especially when you talk about microneedling or when you talk about platelet-rich plasma treatment, all these therapies are very common now.
What is that treatment? They take off your scalp and what is it? That's a transplant, sorry.
Yeah, that's a transplant. So PRP, I'll tell you a little bit about PRP. They take blood from your system. So they'll take a little bit of blood, right? And they'll put it in a centrifuge. What is a centrifuge? It's a machine that basically, swirls around your blood sample and creates blood that is very rich in platelets, sorry.
Okay.
Now that platelet kya hota hai? Platelets are basically cells that help in healing. Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Isme khana serve karte hain.
Yes.
Okay,
platelet! No. Platelets are actually thrombocytes. They're cells that are made for healing in the body, right? So जहाँ पे भी healing की जरूरत होगी, ये platelets आ जाएंगे और ये heal कर देंगे. अब जब वो blood जो होता है, जब उसमें platelets ज़्यादा होते हैं, then that blood is basically taken from the machine and it's inserted all over your scalp. Why?
Yeah.
What happens with PRP? What are they doing? They're basically giving your scalp the nutrition it deserves via that blood. Giving blood that is rich in platelets basically helps nourish the hair follicles. And that is it. When you nourish the hair follicles, you automatically have hair growth. But I'll be honest, Surbhi, I've seen patients where, they've come to the clinic and they're like, I've done PRP. PRP is not a permanent solution. You have to get it done every 2 years.
Oh, no.
If you have bad, genetics and you have special kind of hair loss that needs treatment, PRP might not be the ultimate solution. You need to learn lifestyle changes and how to maintain.
Just like a temporary wig you're putting on.
It's just more expensive.
If anybody gets PRP done, right, they have hair for next year. And then it starts falling out if you don't take care of yourself. You don't take care of your diet. Oh God, vitamin D deficiency, vitamin B12 deficiency is the most in our country.
Yeah.
The most in our country. Because we are no longer going out in the sun, especially in the morning. We're primarily vegetarians, right? And we barely take as much as dairy as we can. Ghee to hum log bahut kam lete hain, pehle lete the, right? So all these sources we're not taking, so we have a lot of hair fall issues. If you don't learn how to maintain your lifestyle, have a good diet, and have a very, very prominent routine for your hair, then you'll never be able to have great hair.
Another sort of thing that, is told to you is like, should we be brushing our hair as much? Because combs and brushes, are they doing more harm than good?
I think the last time I touched my hair with a brush or a comb was like dog years ago.
Really?
Yeah. So
You don't ever brush your hair?
No. I mean, for what? छोटे बाल है, जरूरत नहीं पड़ती इतनी ज़्यादा. But for that matter, I think I'm not sure if it's important or not, but if you have like a little long hair, then I think it's to groom yourself. I mean, that's for that matter only. But beyond that, I have no clue if it's scientifically.
But you do like run fingers through your hair in the morning, so there's no mat and it's just proper, like matted nahi hai.
That I do. Like not in the morning, but when I get up, go for my shower, before the shower, like just set my hair up and that's it.
You used to have longer hair. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I used to have hair till my waist.
How did you maintain that?
So yes, long hair is good, but they're high maintenance for sure. I mean, this is a better look for sure. I mean, not look, but this is better in terms of if we have to prep for something, if I have to even come for this podcast, I'll take at least half an hour less to come over here than to set up my hair when they were long.
Oh my God. How long back was this? When did you, what was the last time you had long hair?
So this was, I think, 2009, I cut my hair. And before that, after that is just been experimenting with all the hair possible, all the hair looks that I can. I was catching up actually because I didn't get to try them when I was young.
It's time to get all my haircuts. But that's also fascinating, right? Like for us, like for me, haircuts are just haircuts.
But firstly, you should keep one person.
Yes,
I mean, this
please.
is what we will tell you for sure.
Yeah. Should I start cutting my own hair?
No, don't do that. Don't do that because, they're professionals for a reason, let them do their job and just get one person to
Like
do
have
it.
your primary person. If you're traveling, then you can obviously go.
And then a secondary person. It's a polyamorous salon situation.
I don't know if you guys feel this. It might sound totally weird, but I also see the one person I get my hair cut with, like you do or anybody else does. their energy really matters to me. I don't know.
absolutely.
Like, I feel like it's the energy. It's not the person, it's the energy. If they have good energy, I have a good haircut, then my hair will also grow. It's just a superstition. I don't know. Many girls have it.
What do you mean by energy?
I just feel like some people just have good energy where, hair is something that for traditions has been very sacred.
So he or she makes you feel good about.
And when you're cutting your hair, it's so much. It's such an emotional thing for a girl.
To move on from the science aspect of why hair loss even occurs, let's talk about the cultural importance of hair, especially like in certain religions. Like you have to take permissions from like your gods. You can't just walk into a salon and be like, give me a haircut. Have you had that experience?
I think, so I'm Sikh by origin, right? And I come from a family that deeply is into Sikhism. So my father wears a turban, my uncle wore a turban, my grandfather did. And my mum is Hindu. So when they got married, we got a lot of blend of cultures. So Diwali came in and, there was Gurpurab and Diwali, there was Christmas, and it was just a good mix.
तो तुम्हारे यहाँ भी होता है ना, लाइट्स लगी रहती होंगी दिवाली के बाद
बिल्कुल नगर कीर्तन तक जी वही होनी है, and I think it's that culture we grew around with. However, the culture has been so strongly devout to having a particular routine, like having turbans for men or not cutting hair for women, and with complete and due respect, that's a religion and we completely obey it. However, as Zorawar and I were talking before this, I just feel that it's a lot of faith that you need to carry on within yourself, not just the way you look like. You could really carry faith in different ways now, and that's what truly matters. As a young girl, I did struggle a bit because I didn't know what to do. And when there's prohibition, you become a lot more rebellious.
Correct.
So especially for girls and boys both at that age, teenage.
Yeah, for that matter, I have two elder sisters.
Yeah.
And I was the first one to ask in the family.
Yeah.
And I asked my dad when I was like probably 10 or 12, okay, do you think I can cut my hair? And I got like a good silent treatment for a month, like which is obviously fine because we kind of follow it in terms of our religion. But my sisters were the first one to get it cut. Like after a couple of years, I took the first bullet, but they were the first one to get their hair cut. But then I followed like pretty later on. My family is very liberal in terms of our thinking, and we practice Sikhism in one way or the other, and it's in our heart. I try and go to Gurdwara whenever I can, probably 5-6 times a week. Even on Sundays I can try that, but that doesn't make me more Sikh or less Sikh than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like it's very simple, dil mein hona chahiye, and that's more than enough. And
every Sikh household I think goes through.
Yeah. My mom was like, "Katwa le, khatam kar." That at that point of time I was living in Delhi for almost 2 years, and I started doing ponytail for some reason.
Like a man
because wahan pe, like a man bun, and I saw a couple of sardars doing that, man bun kind of situation in my college specifically. And then one day that came, then my sisters were also like, it's your choice. If you want to do it, go for it. And then I didn't look back. But I miss those days as well. But this is also good.
I saw it on a reel somewhere. This is my source, which is like apparently when men face like this hair loss where like you have, this one where basically you have like hair in the middle. I don't know what that's called.
So this is receding pattern hair loss. Yeah. This here, when it occurs at the back with a small patch, is male pattern. With here in the center, if it's occurring like this, if it's diffuse pattern, which occurs in females. Yeah, so there's a little bit of variation, but yeah.
I am just so confused that why is it that I keep losing hair on the top, but I will get graphic. Why is it that...
I know where the question is.
Why the hell is the hair down there just constantly, like in the best shape of its life, just growing from every possible way, curly, I don't know why. Happy. Never heard of hair loss. Never applied amla down there, but it still works. I don't know what's happening. Why does that happen, Doc?
It's protective hair. So hair in your private areas or pubic areas, as you say, is protective mechanism for your body. They actually help by preventing any kind of bacterial or any kind of infection going through.
The hair down there is important.
Yeah.
But what about facial hair. Say, what if I was to wax off my eyebrows? What if Zorawar, goes out, waxes his eyebrows? What will happen?
Which
That's
I
your
do.
cue. Huh? You do wax your eyebrows?
I had a unibrow throughout my life.
Oh.
Yeah, so now I get rid of this. My mom is not happy with it. She's like, nahi rakh. And I was like, no, I have to look good in front of the camera, so I need to get rid of this.
Actually, unibrow is making a big comeback.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes back, it's easy for me. It'll take me 2 weeks to grow it back, and then I'm back.
Yeah, that's the thing about trends also, right? Like you see a certain character in a show or in a movie and you're like, I want that hair and I want to aspire to look like this person. Have you ever gotten a haircut just because it looked nice on somebody else?
Absolutely. What do you think this haircut is right now?
Who is this inspired from?
Yes.
This is the Gen Z haircut right now. Like everyone has this like look where they put their hair on the forehead, and it's just like I don't care about my hair, but I do. So that's the look right now, just to look young. So yeah, I mean it's inspired by a lot of people. Yeah.
People are getting that sadhana haircut.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Should I get a sadhana haircut? Guys, please comment below.
Oh yeah, you should.
What haircut should I get next? Should it be Paul Walker, Ajay Devgan from Golmaal, or the sadhana haircut?
The fourth one is the Princess Diana haircut. It became so famous, so famous. It's mad good, yeah.
But
People just
there's
became
certain people who
crazy
rock
about
the short hair. Like I'm talking about girls, they rock the short hair look, but there's certain people who can't even.
There's a human tendency to like sort of alter your hair to sort of reflect what you're going through in life. Have you ever, had a haircut just because you were going through a tough time?
Not haircut, but I like when it comes to hard times, I start wearing dark colors for some reason. You start wearing black a lot, and you kind of don't take care of your hair, and like you go a little in the dark space. But it's better to come out of it and look good for your own good. Yes, I mean for that matter, I mean whoever's going through a breakup or whatever, hit the gym, yaar. I mean eat good food and get out of.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way out of. I mean it's, to be honest, it's easy to be in that dark space and listen to sad songs and do nothing about. Don't take care of yourself. But the better part is you have to kind of get out of it, and that's the only way.
But what do you tell yourself when you go through a really, really tough phase and you have to get out? What do you tell yourself? What's your motto then? Because you're really downtrodden. Anybody is.
I think I heard this in a movie when they say it's not that simple. I think it is very simple, to be honest. Just move on from that dark space, because there's no point to be in that dark space. You have to kind of. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. So you have to do it. No, not your parents, not your family or anyone. So you have to do it for yourself, because if you feel good, your people around you, your family and your friends will also feel good.
Yeah. Just adding to that, a therapist told me, and I loved it. And she said this thing. She said, whenever you're upset, don't expect your partner or your loved ones to fix you. That's the biggest myth. Don't do that. They can't fix you. You'll have to fix yourself. Don't expect them to make you happy, and don't expect them to fix you.
Yeah.
You're upset, figure it out, understand your emotions, and see how you want to take it forward. Don't make drastic decisions. It'll feel nicer when you do it. Oh my God, I've done something amazing, cool, this, that. Then you'll be like, maybe I did not need it. I needed to just find myself, talk to myself, be with myself, focus, as he said, go to the gym, eat the right food.
What do you think is a good age to get white
Grey hair. Determined by genetics. If you have good genetics where people have not got grey hair very early, then 40 से पहले तो नहीं आने चाहिए.
सबके ही आ रहे हैं.
सबके आ रहे हैं. Stress इतना है. We're aging very fast.
Can you reverse it as well? Once you start getting grey hair, you think if you start stressing less, के वो कम हो जाएंगे?
Stress less.
Stress less. Have a very good lifestyle. Take vitamin C. Vitamin C is a very good antioxidant. Very, very good. Amla, which is very, very good. No, just eat it. For your hair, very good. Even if you take vitamin C as a supplement, it's very good. So, right, this is very good. But ultimately, I feel like you can lessen your white hair. You can't change your white hair. आगे जी वो black हो जाएगा. नहीं.
I think if I get grey hair or white hair, I'm going to rock that look.
Well, we'll see about that, Zorawar.
I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to color it. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people say that, पता है. But I feel like they get into the pressure. हाँ, पता है, pressure में आ जाते हैं. शादी पे जाना है, नई कलर कर लो, herbal कलर कर लो, अब तो इतने आगे. People get a lot pressured.
Also, there's this thing कि if you see your first grey hair, don't pull it out because
दो निकलते हैं.
Is that true?
Your follicle is one, तो एक ही बाल उगेगा ना वहाँ से.
हमें पूरा scam चल रहा है यार ये.
एक follicle है, वहाँ से एक ही बाल उगेगा. But when you take it out of your follicle straight away, this could lead to damage, A, in the follicle. B, it could lead to probably an infection if you've not done it properly. And if you keep doing it constantly, it could also lead to certain disorders like trichotillomania. So the good thing is, take a white hair. If you want it out of your body or out of your head, just basically cut it. Don't take it out of the follicle.
I mean, body में भी तो आ सकते हैं लोग के आते होंगे. We were talking about yeah.
Okay, so cut that single hair.
Yeah, just cut it and just make
Don't
sure.
pluck it, but
don't
cut
pluck
it.
it. Cut it. Yeah.
So give yourself a mini haircut, you're saying.
One strand haircut. Imagine how mini that is.
A little tiny haircut.
So I think the tagline is don't pluck it, cut it.
Don't pluck it, cut it, rip it off of the system, and will come back, but not as twos.
Yeah,
That's
no.
What's some good advice that you've gotten about hair growing up and that stuck with you?
Simple one line, yeah. Take care of it. Have a very, very good lifestyle, which means eat right, be active, and by the end of it, learn how to take care of yourself.
Thank you. That's good advice. Take care of yourself. What about you, Zorawar?
It'll be her voice, but my lips. So वो edit करके तुम कर देना.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much to our wonderful guest for opening up about all things hair. Thank you so much, Dr. Taniyaa. Thank you, Zorawar. I'll see you next week with a brand new episode of the Overthink Tank. Bye.
You are entering the Overthink tank.